Buongiorno, good morning, President Formigoni, Sindaco Ratti. Thank you very much for inviting me here to this event at the Stati Generali of Expo. I'm Carlo Ratti, professor at MIT and QUT, and I'm recording now in Queensland as Queensland's 2009 Innovator in Residence. And I wanted to share with you a few ideas and concepts about how technology is really changing the way we describe space, we understand it, and finally we can design it. So a few ideas about the future of our cities. And I just wanted to start with a slide now. This slide shows something that people used to be really fascinated in the 1990s. It's about thinking about a world that would become increasingly virtual. Think about 1990. 1993 is when the first browser appeared. That was called Mosaic. 1995 is when Nicolas Negroponte wrote his book, Being Digital. You know, it sounds like a very long time ago. It's only 15 years. You know, because of this, people thought the cities would disappear. That's a quote from Gilder, and Gilder said that we are headed for the death of cities. Cities are leftover baggage from the industrial time. Now, it's a tough job to be a futurologist, especially somebody like me goes back and sees what you said 15 years ago, because we all know the story now. And the story is the following. It's like Tianjin in China, in this slide. It's China by itself is planning to build more cities than all of humanity ever built. And we also know that since last year, there was a momentous milestone. For the first time in history, more than half of the world's population, 3.3 billion people, is now living in cities. So, really, what happened is that the digital layers that we see in this new image, the digital layers that Gilder was talking about, didn't really kill physical space. But the digital and the physical are actually recombining in order to create new potential and new possibilities. So in a certain sense, it's like bits and atoms coming together and shaping in a new way our space. And it's something that you could call like a new type of planning. It's something that puts together people, space, and technology. And I wanted to show you now just a few examples of the work we've been doing at MIT and elsewhere on how this can really change space and our cities. So, for instance, what you see here is a project we did at the Venice Biennale that was 3 years ago in 2006. And that was about how we can describe today's city in a new way by using all the information from networks, and in particular, in this case, from the cell phone network. So it was a project we did with Telecom Italia, in Google, in the city of Rome, in the Venice Biennale, and really looking at how the city behaved by using all this anonymous and aggregated information from the network. What you see in the next video is actually what happened on a very special day 3 years ago, summer 2006, when Italy won the Soccer World Cup, the Coppa del Mondo. And look at that very special day, 9 July 2006. That's the morning before the match. It's a normal day in Rome. People calling here and there. Then the match begins, and you see it's silence on the network, no more information. France scores, Italy scores. Halftime, people make a quick call, go to the bathroom. Second half, in the normal time. First, supplementary. Second, Zidane, Italy wins. And then, if you remember that night, actually people went to celebrate in the center. You see a big peak. In the following morning, actually the winning team and the prime minister, again in the center. And then there was a big celebration in Circo Massimo. And you'll see in a moment the peak from the center moving to the Circo Massimo. And this is showing you how today we can describe cities and space in a new way. In the second slide I wanted to share with you is a project we did for the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, just last year. That was about the global connections, again by capturing the flows and the networks of information on our planet. So the next project I wanted to show with you is a project for the Expo, the Saragossa Expo last year. The theme of the Expo was water, and we tried to play with water and technology. The project is called Digital Water Pavilion, and the idea is imagine 3,000 taps that open and close and create cuts into a water wall that becomes like a responsive material. So you approach the building, there's no doors or windows, it just opens to let you inside. The whole building in the inside, if you got more people, it will expand and shrink. Even the roof of the building is covered with water. That's a new bridge by Zaha Hadid next to the site. And the roof is the only solid structure, but even the roof can actually move. It can lower itself to minimize splashing, or it can actually go down to the ground and the building will disappear. So if you remember the initial diagram, the diagram with the bits and the atoms combining together, well, really this is the main challenge we have today as designers and as planners, how to combine the two worlds and how we can use all of this to make our cities, our buildings more responsive to people. And I'm sure that this will be one of the greatest contributions of the Expo 2015, really addressing this challenge of today. And I really look forward to discussing this in more detail with you as soon as I'm back from Australia. Thank you very much and have a good day.